All right, so that was really weird. My other phone is not connecting, but my whole power went out at the house. I feel like I lost everybody. So everybody come back to the show. Um, my house is black. I haven't turned the lights back on. I don't know what happened. Oops, so I'm trying to get this phone in the holder. Okay. Whew. So, Brian, I'm sorry, that's never happened before. It is sort of stormy here. I have no idea why the power just farted out like that, just blew out. If you want to come back on and say any last words, come back on. So hopefully you guys are seeing me, those of you that were watching. So I am live again, and our power went out, and I took my phone off airplane mode too, just to be safe. So hopefully nobody will try to call me. I'm gonna just do this really fast. Put it back on. Oops. And okay. All right. So, okay. So I see somebody saying thumbs up. There must be somebody. Somebody's watching. Okay. So I had to go downstairs and reset the thing that does the Wi-Fi. Where it's not the booster, but the modem. So, everybody come back. I don't see anybody watching me, so I'm just going to sit here and kind of talk for a little bit until you guys find me. Brian, again, I'm sorry. I think we covered a lot of really great information on that. I know, Nicole, I want to have you on for sure. So, find me here on Facebook Live. And we can get the rest of the show done. So, I guess I could try to go on my own Facebook and let people know to find me again. Oh, okay. So, am I live? Is anybody seeing me? Hopefully you are. My computer is saying it does not have a connection. That is bizarre. So, let's try this one. All right, so it says I'm connected with one of my internet provider connections. So hopefully. All right, Krista. Hello. I'm sad. Everything blew out. The power just went out, and I said that right as the power went out. I said my power just went out, and I didn't think it was going to affect the Wi-Fi, but duh, it does, because the Wi-Fi is connected to the router, and the router is plugged into the wall. So, all right, Brian, let's see if I can get you back. And then Nicole, if you're watching, come back on the show. We'll get you added in. You gotta love Facebook Live. Yeah, Brian, I see him adding him back in, which is great. So, Nicole, if you are out there watching the page, definitely come in. So we're adding Brian back on so we can finish up. That was wild.
Yeah, I break anything tech, so it's got to be my fault. I don't think it's yours. It had.
Well, because it's kind of like I'm looking out my window, and it's kind of it looks stormy. So I don't know if somebody hit a transformer or lightning. I have no idea. So that's never happened. But and then I couldn't get back on until everything rebooted. So anyway, 10 minutes later. What? So any other thoughts you wanted to share?
Just quickly, I wanted to be part of the taped broadcast. Getting set up with us is as easy as 1, 2, 3. I need you to send me an email at B as in Brian Hall, Hall, B Hall at Feizy.com, Feizy.com, B Hall at Feizy.com. I will send your members a client registration form, and then all we need to do is get an order to get you guys up and running. And looking forward to working with everybody. And I'll give my phone number too. It's 616-293-9440. Happy to try to help anybody that's interested in building their rug business.
One question I have as far as setting up an account, oftentimes they ask for like credit references or other companies you've ordered from. So somebody who hasn't done that and they're going to be paying, credit card or cash. They're not going to open up a line of credit. They can, is that going to be an issue for them?
No, that's really easy with us, Jenny. In fact, most of our design clients prefer to do their business via credit card, and that's fine with us as well. If that's the way that your member wants to go, what we'll do is send it's called a credit card authorization form. We'll keep that on file. It's a one-time shot that they have to fill that out, and then we'll just charge the credit card that we have on file with each and every order that they place.
Perfect. Okay, great. That sounds very easy. So get your account set up, everybody. And then, of course, those of you that are going to High Point, we're going to do all this in advance so that we don't have to take time in the showroom to do paperwork. We want them to be able to, meet all the reps and then be able to look at all the product, because that's super important. So appreciate you being on.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm sorry for the technical glitch. Like I said, it's got to be my fault. It was probably the player off the top of my head that broke the
No, stop. You know what they say about men who are follically challenged? They say God only gave you so much testosterone. So if these other guys want to use theirs to grow hair, that's fine. You use it for other things, right?
Well, that's really sweet. My brother tells me I have a face for radio. So anyway, thank you so much for having me. And if I can help anybody, please reach out, and I'll do the best I can.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for being
Thank
on.
you.
Bye. Okay, so Nicole Wilbur. So if you're watching, go ahead and request to join. Thank you so much. Turn any lights or anything on. Although I don't know why my lights would all stay off, because if the power goes out and it comes back on, the lights that were on should come back on. That's my reasoning. So I don't know why I'm still sitting here in the dark. But regardless, Nicole, if you are watching, go ahead and request to join. So I wanted to talk about Worldwide Staging Service Week, which the International Association of Home Staging Professionals does every year. And we have chapters all around the country and actually around the world who are participating. And this is our opportunity to give back to our communities. So okay, so it's cutting out, which is weird. This is going to be one of my challenge days, I guess. So since 2005, IHOSP chapters and members have conducted over 180, almost 200 projects around the country and around the world. I think last year, the year before, we had Italy join us as part of our Worldwide Staging Service Week, and they've submitted a project for this year as well. And so you can be part of a chapter to do this. You can be an IHOSP member and in your own community. You can say, I just want to go work at a food bank, or I want to volunteer somewhere on behalf of Worldwide Staging Service Week. And this was the brainchild of Barb Schwartz, who is our founder of the association. And wanting to be able to give back to communities is important. So it's not always just about making money and being successful in business. It's also, how can we help others who are less fortunate, or who might be in situations that are, not good situations, whether it's financial or situational and so forth. And so through the years, you can go to our site and see the different projects that have been done. They've done homeless shelters, they've done senior centers, they've done things for the veterans. Our chapter did something for Africa Hope for immigrants. They've done battered women's shelters, they've done children's homes, we've done Ronald McDonald houses and other groups that help support hospitals, people that might be having children that are going through traumatic care, cancer and so forth, and need places to stay. And sometimes those places get a little run down. And so our goal as home staging industry is to come in and help. We might remodel a place, we might refurbish a place, we may paint. One year, the Fort Lauderdale chapter overhauled 2 fire stations. And we're not just talking bringing a few pieces of furniture. It was like a major overhaul of their kitchens. And we go out and solicit donations to make this happen. So in that particular case, they did appliances, they did furnishings. It could be remodeling. It could be remodeling of a property as well. Knocking out walls, just making it better, updating. So it really is a great opportunity for people to be able to give back as a group. And so Habitat for Humanity, we've done give to the orphans. So the all sorts of really great projects. The one that is being done in Orlando is battered women's shelters are a big focus also. And a lot of those we can't publicize where the Worldwide Staging Service project is taking place because it's for the safety of the people who are in that location, in these places. They're not to be publicized. But the goal is to go in and beautify it, update it. It might be painting, it could be refurnishing, recarpeting, any number of things could happen in these projects. And so the projects take place the week of September 12th to the 19th. So right after 9/11, and the tragedy that happened in 9/11 years ago then became sort of the benchmark of being able to focus on giving back and helping other people through these circumstances. And so I was going to share some statistics on domestic violence because it actually is, let me see if this light will even come on. Okay, it does. Hooray. So I don't know why I'm sitting here in the dark. All right. It's kind of bright. All right, I'll do that. Okay, so domestic violence is the leading cause of injury to women between the ages of 15 and 44. There are 1,500 shelters in the United States. This is an older statistic. There's 3,800 animal shelters. That gives you a perspective. So there's more animal shelters than there are shelters for people who are victims of domestic violence. And a lot of people think that it's only women who are battered, but men also are victims. And so it's about 80% women, 20% men. And so it's definitely something that needs to be talked about. And these people need help. They need to be able to get out of their circumstances. A lot of the victims of domestic violence have children. So these properties that are being focused on for Worldwide Staging Service Week, and other people also help update and do things for it. It's not just for the individual who's being beaten or affected. It's also for the family members who are also trying to escape the situation. So oftentimes it's little kids and other family members that are trying to get out. And those of you that know somebody who's been affected by this actually say statistically it's a pretty high number here. Let's see, this last one here. Nearly 3 out of 4 Americans personally know someone who is or has been a victim of domestic violence. So that's 75% of Americans know somebody who has been affected by that. That's a huge statistic. This was interesting. The average prison sentence for a man who kills a woman is 2 to 6 years, and the women who kill men on average is sentenced to 15 years. So the women's sentence for domestic violence is severely higher than for men, which I don't think that's right. So there's a lot of work that has to be done on this issue. This is one way that we can help as an organization and as members. So Nicole, I guess you're not seeing this second thing. I'll have you on maybe for next week. We'll talk. Hopefully that'll work for you. But I just really wanted to highlight the fact that the Orlando chapter, so she's the president of the Orlando chapter, and so this will be their focus. They're going to be working on a battered women's shelter somewhere in the area and helping to, make it look nicer, anything they can do to help update it. So I know they're planning on painting, probably bringing in some new furnishings and so forth, because it's hard enough to escape a situation like that, let alone have to go to a place that feels really kind of cold or austere or, dated or dirty or whatever. So, around the country, there's going to be a lot of really wonderful projects that we'll be highlighting. So if you want to get involved in Worldwide Staging Service Week, again, you don't have to be part of a chapter to do this. You could get a group together on behalf of Worldwide Staging Service Week. You can submit your project to us. And the IHOSP Foundation is a nonprofit arm of IHOSP. And what IHOSP Foundation does is it raises funds to help support these projects that are happening. So we'll actually give money to the various entities, chapters, and so forth that are running these projects to help them afford to purchase things that they need for the project. So the IHOSP Foundation is a 503c nonprofit. Those of you that would like to donate, we're going to put up the information because we're doing our fundraising starting now. And of course, at our conference, we're going to have a wonderful live auction with some really fabulous prizes that people, trips and so forth, and different things that people can bid on. And so you'll be able to, hopefully win those, and all that money goes to the foundation, which in turn goes to support our Worldwide Staging Service Week projects. And one of the charities that I also want our foundation to support this year is Kelly Ellis's charity, which is located in Los Angeles, and it's for children who are battling different illnesses and so forth. And so we'll be contributing something for that charity as well. And she has her big event right at our conference as well. So we love giving back. Nicole, I see that you're on, but we're almost out of time, and I didn't want to cut your time short. So you and I will talk about having you come on next week. And we've also lost a lot of our audience when my power went out. So I really want to get as much exposure as possible for talking about our projects. And I might be able to have a couple of other chapter leaders come on and share their projects as well. So I guess that's it. Next week, I'm hoping our topic will be on color. So I really want to talk about color, and I'm going to talk to a couple different experts about that. And I didn't put my phone on airplane mode, so I was afraid to, because I didn't want the connection to cut out, so I'm getting calls coming in, so that's why I'm touching the screen. So my focus hopefully be on, we'll talk about color and so forth, but we're also going to talk about our projects for Worldwide Staging Service Week. So Nicole, I apologize that the power went out and I couldn't get on for like 10 minutes. So we'll revisit this, and so I appreciate those of you that have tuned in for the second half of the segment. And we'll be putting these segments up on our sites so people can watch them, and we'll make some notes on the pages so people know where to find the second half of today. And hopefully next week there won't be any power outages, and I'm not really sure why that happened. But anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in. Appreciate it. So Home Staging Talk Show Live is a conversation within the home staging community, and decorating design. Anybody who is involved or wants to get involved in home staging, in real estate and so forth, join us every Wednesday, 9:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. We have great guests and topics of interest. And so we will see you again next Wednesday at 9:30 Mountain Standard Time. Thanks, everyone. Bye.